Hi, I'm Casey, and I'm here in Seattle, Washington, and we are asking ourselves the question, what exactly is Prince Harry up to? Offering to pay out of pocket for all of his police protection when he's in the United Kingdom in a court case, which he lost, which struck down his bid and his offer. And as a prince, that's something he already knows that wouldn't fly, and he knows the reason. In fact, anybody who's ever watched the season 4 finale of The West Wing knows the reason why it's important that he have state protection rather than private security when he visits. And anybody who's been in his position as a soldier in Afghanistan, dodging IEDs from insurgents fighting over there on the front lines, he should and already does well know exactly why it is he has state protection. And so, what exactly could that reason be that he spent all that money to take that to court just to have that shot down, which he knew it would be, having grown up in royal life with royal protocol? The answer: the only people that could have placated is the general public. Now, in which country? He doesn't live in the United Kingdom anymore, and he's already made it clear he has no intention of returning, which means that it was meant to placate the American public. And the only reason that a prince of the United Kingdom of Great Britain would have to placate the American public is if it's Prince Harry, he's disaffected, and he wants to become an American citizen. And he's lived here long enough where now he can start that process. And so, Prince Harry wants to be governor of California. The reason I think this is because the one job that's always eluded him is head of state. He's always been told his entire life that he has to walk behind his father, behind his grandmother, and beside or behind, eventually, his brother. He's always the spare, not the heir. In fact, that was the complete bitch point of his bitch fest of a book, Spare, that he was the spare, not the heir, in case something happened to the heir, like a tire, a spare tire. That's how he felt. And so, to be governor of California, since he can't be president of the United States, is basically a presidency in and of itself. In fact, California is its own nation in a lot of ways. In fact, it's the sixth largest economy in the world and could very well be its own country in the near or not too distant future. And so, given these considerations, as Arnold Schwarzenegger was to the Republican Party of California, so too is Prince Harry to the Democratic Party of California. And Californians seem very keen on electing people who have special credentials who are also foreigners and celebrity sensations in the media. And so, the only reason that California would be the prime place for Harry to do this would be that they've done this before with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Ronald Reagan before that. And so California being a place that he now calls home and he's very cozy in, and he's been making all sorts of appearances around Santa Barbara and Los Angeles, it only further adds fuel to that speculation that he would run for office. And so, Prince Harry and Meghan went on their worldwide privacy tour, as South Park very aptly noted, that they were going on every single media appearance that they could get their grubby little hands on in order to tell people to leave them alone. That is setting the groundwork for a political campaign. The entire notion of that campaign, when you look at it through that lens and perspective, when you look at Spare the book, is an entire appeal to the public in and of itself as to why they should vote for him. It also goes through his military background and could basically double as a pre-campaign memoir, kind of like The Audacity of Hope by Barack Obama, or Dreams of My Father by Barack Obama, or Living History by Hillary Rodham Clinton. You have these pre-campaign memoirs that presidential candidates always write. George W. Bush wrote A Charge to Keep before he ran for president in 2000. And so, Prince Harry wants to be governor of California. It's the one job that's always eluded him, and that would enable him for the first time. Just envision this, his father and Queen Camilla, with the Prince and Princess of Wales in tow, flying into Santa Barbara for a state tour of the United States of America, and they're greeted by the governor of the state as the head of state that they're visiting, the host head of state, in fact, which would enable Harry to finally have the ultimate farewell and fuck you to his royal life that he presents so much, and the ultimate revenge on his family, which he feels has put them down. And that's because he would then get to walk next to his father, not behind him, but next to him as his equal, as a head of state himself. And under the laws of nations, in chapter 2, the second volume, which covers the dignities of nations, that would actually be the protocol that they would have to follow. And so, I'm convinced that because of Meghan Markle's activism in the past election, even though she really wasn't supposed to get involved as a Duchess, she did a little bit, encouraging people to vote and almost hinting as to which direction she would vote into. And I think we all know which one she would have voted for. I'm pretty sure she must have gotten to Harry, and now has turned him into a sort of political animal. And now the only country that he could do that in is the United States of America. And so Prince Harry, you've heard it here first, is going to become an American citizen. And when he does, is going to run for governor of California. And he has the celebrity status to pull it off. He has a built-in military background. He would actually be a very formidable candidate, and who knows, maybe a great governor. He was actually considered by Queen Elizabeth II, before her untimely passing, to be Governor General of Australia by royal appointment. And he was considering taking that position along with Meghan. That was to get them out of the country when they started their shenanigans. But he could do this in and of his own right and in and of his own name. But he would have to first drop all of the princedoms and all of the dukedoms that he holds, as the Emoluments Clause of Article 1, Section 9 of the United States Constitution would prohibit any person, myself included, who holds any title of nobility from any foreign jurisdiction whatsoever it might be, from holding public office in the United States. However, that would also mean that he doesn't have to exactly give it up at the beginning of the campaign. Prince Harry can still remain Prince Harry if he loses the election, but he would only have to give it up to hold the office, not to run for it. And so, it's all depending on California. And do you think that Prince Harry is going to run for governor of California? We certainly think so, and I have the authority of having run for office myself and having 14 years of professional political politics underneath my belt, including as a spokesperson, including as a party press secretary, including as a media manager, and including as an elected official myself for 4 years. I'm telling you right now, I'm a little psychic. Prince Harry's going to run for governor of California. You mark our words. And do you think he's going to? Tell us in the comments below. But this is Psychic Kid from Seattle telling you Prince Harry is going to run for governor of California. Write it down.